to the microphone.
In here because yesterday there was a tornado. A couple months ago there was there was the hurricane last year. There was the power outage.
Yeah,
There's been a whole series of like
there's
natural
been so
disaster
crazy
type episodes that have gone on since we started the ultimate history lesson. I don't know what that all means. I don't think it's causally connected. You know, there's a lot of things going on. They don't all have to.
Kant may say it is.
Kant, Hume,
Yeah.
Bert Russell. Where's that Bertrand Russell book? Get that out before you.
Which one?
The one that we were reading yesterday. Let's see.
Oh.
It's a paperback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. I have to refrain from using curse words. All right, so let's show the book.
It was a rare find. I hadn't seen it anywhere.
This
but I
thing.
picked it up.
Come on, Ustream, cooperate. No, it's all like frozen and shit. Really? Okay. I think we're stuck on this camera angle.
Oh, you stream bugged out now.
Well, it's like it's just not being responsive. I don't know if I got something else going on.
Oh, at least we got 2 hours or so.
Yeah,
it's still live.
Yeah, it's still live. It's still recording, but I just can't switch camera angles.
We could put it up to one of the other cameras.
Yeah, just show it to the other camera. There you go.
Yeah, it's
resourceful. Hold
it's
up.
Bertrand Russell, Principles of Social Reconstruction. Let's hold it up.
Something like that. That's awesome. I can see 2 angles of the book at the same time, Cody. Do you remember? Just move it like an inch forward, or like move it an inch away from that one camera. It's like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. We're gonna have to remember that's where to hold books from now on. We just made a minor discovery. In your presence, Mr. Payne. How do you like that? You saw some new research angle going on.
Anyway, so you want to hold it now?
All right, so this guy, it's Principles of Social Reconstruction. It's not like this is how society was constructed. He's like, we already discovered that. Here's how to play with the Lego set.
Pretty funny. I mean, I opened the book to a couple different pages yesterday, and all I could do is laugh every single time because you could find any single sentence out of that book, and it's just unbelievable that they're actually saying these things. So it's quite
it's very troubling because we had so many people give us shit
Bertrand Russell
for the Bertrand Russell quote in the How to Free Your Mind
and
lecture.
It's so much worse than we ever thought.
Yeah,
like,
right. It's so much worse than
like,
those quotes even demonstrate. I mean, these people definitely have organization. And who's Bertrand Russell? He's part of the Anglo-American conspiracy.
Exactly.
And I don't know about any of the religious conspiracies or any of that stuff that some people write about.
These guys too.
What I do know, Fabians. That's not a religious conspiracy either. That's a bunch of Anglo-Saxons.
They call it
right.
Anglo,
And so, what Karl Marx was pointing toward. Well, that's all well and good.
Anglo-Saxon.
But there's this other action going on, and they are people who are naming themselves and saying they're doing it. Right, so we start there. That's like substantial evidence, and it's not conspiracy theory. It's just history, and if you look at history as conspiracy, well, then that's accurate.
We're history analysts,
historical analysts.
Yeah. Well, you gotta read. I mean, we can't point the camera, but there's just like you can see. Like usually, I don't have stacks of books behind me. Right now, books are just stacked up all over the place because. You gotta do a lot of reading in this job.
I never thought
and you're never done with your reading either.
Be getting into the nature of language itself and everything.
That's how they lie to people. It seems kind of obvious that that's what you'd need to study it sooner or later.
That's why I always have at least a couple of used book packages every few days showing up at my doorstep. Get them while you can.
Used books is the way to go because you're spending a lot less money, right? And you are getting things that are valuable, and they are going up in value.
Definitely.
Right. I mean, like I said, I've had that Galambos book for like 2 years, maybe, and it's doubled in value, and it's a substantially valuable book. So, I don't know, has gold doubled in value in the last 2 years? Silver? Any of those things?
Silver almost did for a little while, but it's come back down.
I'll just pitch an intellectual fortitude and aptitude and discipline and persistence and using the resources that are around us that everyone else is throwing away for $1. You can read it, you can grow from it, and you can sell it afterwards. And if you make some media about it, you can make the price go up. When there's only a couple of copies of the book, you can corner that whole market. Solomon the Rothschild. I'm just saying. Buy the book.
We bought a bunch of them.
There's like 10 in this office.
All the stacks up.
Everybody's getting that book. That is a hot book. If you can find it, show me one of the copies. There's a copy behind this thing here. Yeah, order now.
There, I have one out
This
in
is the book I
living room.
gave to John Taylor Gatto last weekend. A Casual View of America, The Home Letters of Solomon de Rothschild by Sigmund Diamond. Now, this is, you go to abe.com. You type in A Casual View of America with the author named Diamond. And you get yourself one heck of a little family memento. For the next time somebody wants to come over and call you a conspiracy theorist, you're like, oh, you want me to preach? I'm going to preach. Here's my Bible. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I'm not even going to continue into this, but people are manipulating the lives of others, and it doesn't have to continue to go on this way, but it's going to go on this way until more of us read the books and understand what's going on so we can clearly communicate with other people at a substantial level and overcome their 15,000 hours of compulsory conditioning to make them think that the experts are the ones who can make the best decisions for them. And we have to teach them not to outsource their thinking and to maybe, you know, use God's greatest gift that gives everybody who can, you know, use their percepts and form concepts and take actions. I mean, that's most of the 7 billion people, right?
The little gray cells.
It's not about a majority. It's just about the little gray cells. Poirot being quoted on the show.
Hercule Poirot.
Hercule. You know, if you're a Netflix streaming customer, you might want to check out some Mystery on the Orient Express, or that's the one that says it all because everybody on the train did it. And so it's not just one secret society or one group. I mean, everyone on the train's doing it. That's what the train's for. They booked it for this. It's a controlled demolition of our economy. It's a taking away of nationhood. It's the taking away of individual rights.
Yeah, and now the grand experiment has long since been over, and now they're crashing it to form that world experiment.
Now, Chris, do you think there's any point of what I just said that's not valid and that you'd like some clarification or primary references on? Because if so, I'm right here for you at your service.
I actually just want to share my latest discovery that I found at my local 7-Eleven.
Rock on, let's do it.
It's Life magazine.
Oh, yeah, fan of that. Life magazine.
Yeah. The Hidden World of Secret Societies, an illustrated history of the most mysterious organizations.
Wow.
But
I thought they
it's
didn't
not
exist.
conspiracy.
I thought they didn't exist.
That's what I thought too. And in the opening on page 11 here, is that where it is? Oh, it says, and one of the reasons for writing and publishing this book, secret societies are very cool. It's right there.
Oh my goodness! I was not expecting that laugh. That was totally. That was good. You should be a comedian, dude. Just read that magazine in front of people who understand what's going on.
It continues. It says they always have been. That's what makes them enticing and sometimes worth joining. Wow. And it's a pretty thick magazine. It was for $12.99. I couldn't believe it. And there was a bunch of these at 7-Eleven, and I was like, what the hell? So I picked this up. It's very interesting. I'll send it to you when I'm done.
Oh, awesome. I'll put it in with the artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who founded Life magazine?
Henry Luce? Davison.
Henry Luce?
Henry Luce, which on the last page of this magazine, just one more, you see the little skull and bone there?
Oh, yeah. I thought that didn't exist either. They had to fire Anthony Sutton because of that.
And they're a little scared that they might lose their job because they named the who was tapped in this year, and Henry Luce is right there.
Oh.
The founder of Life magazine.
Wow.
It says it right here.
He had nothing to do with the JFK assassination. Do not look up who Henry Luce was, or C.D. Jackson if you want to know about World War II. But that's a whole another show. Now, before I close things down, I have this printout. See this piece of paper right here? That maybe I could show it right here. It's a list. Lisa's like, oh my goodness, he's going to keep talking. All right, so it's a list. There's a bunch of books on this list, and this list belongs to Louis. All right, so I got an email with a book list from someone in the community, and I want to help them out. And I thought at the same time, while I'm reviewing the book list, instead of trying to type this all up, I would just talk about it real quick and give you the recommendations, and then we can all grow and benefit, right? So it's not so much to disclose his private book list as to address the need for a little commentary on it's time to go to bed. No. This is an excellent book list, and so maybe we'll have to do a whole episode on it. I'll distribute it to the other people who will participate in that upcoming Casual Cafe. So this is like foreshadowing. Look at that, Louis. A little foreshadowing. You don't have to look at the end of this episode for your book list. You might have a whole episode discussing this book list. And so I'll get his permission. I'll share it with the other people who are going to be on the call for the next Casual Cafe. And that'll be a point of discussion. Now, as far as other things that we are doing next week, what's today? It's still next. Oh, now it is Sunday. So later this week, we've got the film crew from State of Mind, which is the sequel to The Noble Lie, Oklahoma City, 1995. So we're going to have a film crew here Friday and Saturday, 17th and 18th, I think. Kevin Cole will be here next week, so we'll be doing some history so it doesn't repeat, little Casual Cafe. We also need to go see John and Janet Gatto next week. We're just waiting for a couple supplies to arrive, and we're going to be able to take them multiple forms of help at once and help them start to integrate that in there. And then we'll, see John every week or a couple weeks and check in on them. And yeah, so that's about it. So let me go back to the shot where everybody can be seen, and we can close it down. Does anyone else have any other comments to say?
No, I apologize. I'm just so tired.
Yeah, we get up at we got up at 6. It's midnight now. It's been a full day of work. We're gonna sleep for a couple hours, and then we'll get up and do it again. Tomorrow morning, I'll be releasing Peace Revolution 62. But you'll probably hear that before you see this, because I always have to download this and futz with it, because Ustream software puts the audio not in sync with the video. So awesome. Yeah, so I always just I know. It's just one more thing that I need to do in order to communicate.
Offer that as a service.
Yeah, I should really do some advertising for Ustream. Actually, I'm gonna add a 4-letter word to the beginning of their name, and it's gonna be called "Fuck Ustream" every time I say it. And
Foostream.
Yeah, Foostream. All right, so for all of us on this side of the Casual Cafe, we are saying goodnight, and we'll talk to you soon. I thank you all for participating, and it was a pleasurable conversation and informational, and I grew a little bit, and I hope you did too. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Good night.
See ya.
There is a peaceful solution called Peace Revolution. Now let's take back America. There's a war and we're in it. I know we can win it. So let's take back America. There was a dream, so believe it and get ready to receive it. Now let's take back America.